what am I, 27 and 3 days, 27 weeks. And today I had a prenatal, and it was great, mainly because I passed my glucose test, because this time I did not have juice and a bagel right before I went. I had all those carbs and sugars right before going, and I think last time I failed by like 3 points. I didn't fast. I try to have like mostly protein in the morning to avoid any like sugars in my system. Yes, got 95. I'm so glad I did not want to take the 3-hour one, because the 3-hour one is fasted. And by the time I'm done taking it, it's like a whole 12 hours of fasting. Like, I can't do that. They gave me the Tdap shot on here, and then I took the RhoGAM shot on my hip, negative blood type. I learned that I can actually wait until 41 weeks. I thought the C-section had to be scheduled at 39 weeks, like if I had a second C-section. Doctor does not want to induce me. He says it's not. It wouldn't be smart. It wouldn't be good because of the complications I had. So I'm like, crap, that means I have to like deliver by 38 weeks or else I have to have another C-section. But I actually learned I can wait until 41 weeks to do that. But like afterwards, I went to the mall and I'd walked around. I got some goodies, not a lot, but I did a little shopping, and then I ate lunch, and it was so nice. I have the afternoon to myself, well, all morning and all afternoon to myself. On the ride home with the Uber, I vomited. I haven't needed B6 or the Zofran in weeks. It's finally getting better. And I vomited on the way home. It's so itchy, especially my scar all the way at the bottom. Very, very itchy. Yeah, kind of like where I got the stretch marks last one, because I got stretch marks right at the bottom. That's itchy too. So I'm guessing I'm gonna get stretch marks around the same place. I had some other stuff. Oh, on Saturday I went to take some dance pictures at the park. That was fun. I wanted to take advantage while I can still move and do. And I still feel a little bit like out of it. Not like dizzy or nauseous anymore, but just kind of like dream-like state. I don't know why vomiting puts me in a weird like state like that. I don't know if that's normal or not. Yeah, those were fun. Those came out really nice. Lucia was not very happy about it, so I think we only had like an hour where we were able to keep her happy, and then after a while she's like, okay, no more. Want to declutter a bunch of stuff and just clean stuff out. I'm not like full on nesting, but I definitely feel like it's starting to set in, because everything is filthy. Like, it's not. Like, even Emiliano, he helped me clean and organize yesterday the kitchen. So in the kitchen, all I have to really do is just declutter the cabinets. But just everything just seems so filthy to me. And I haven't even like started her nursery. I haven't unpacked any of the baby clothes. I'm trying to plan like a small baby shower, because I'm not going back home anymore. So I'm trying to just kind of have my own little brunch, and I don't know, I'm not gonna expect anybody else to throw for me. Like, I don't want to put that kind of pressure on anybody. So yeah, I've been trying to plan that, but I don't want to, because it's like 2 months before Lucia's second birthday. So I'm also trying to like plan that, but I'm trying to find like just easy things, especially for her birthday. I had a theme, and I still might do it, but it's just easier to just go to like a splash park or something. Because I have Hippie Fest coming up in May, and I have to crochet for that. I have inventory, but I just wanted to have some other stuff. I feel like this pregnancy is going by so much faster than the other pregnancy, because this one's just kind of like flying by. It really is. I don't know if it's just because I'm so busy this time, and last time it was because it was during the pandemic and I didn't go anywhere and I was by myself all day, and it just felt eternal. And now I'm going out and doing stuff, and you know, I get to go to like dance class, and I get to still perform, and I have Lucia that keeps me busy all day. So I don't know if it's because of all of that this one just feels like it's going by so fast. All right, let me show you the belly, because I feel like I've been rambling for a while. Okay, so that's the front here. Let me take my jacket off. So there's my belly. See, I feel like she's smaller. Like, I don't know if it's just me or wishful thinking, because I want to be able to deliver a very tiny baby and not have a big chunky newborn again. But I feel like she's smaller. I feel like I'm 27 weeks now. I feel like she popped out sooner than Lucia did. Like, my belly started showing before Lucia. Hard to say exactly if she is in fact smaller or not. Had another appointment today. Nothing interesting or worthwhile. You want to help? Okay. All right. So, my appointment. You want up now? Okay. So I'm 29 and a half, like 4 days. So like 29 and a half weeks. The only new-ish interesting thing that I was told at my appointment is that I'm measuring smaller, which I kind of already knew from the ultrasound. When he measured my belly, he said I was measuring 28 and I was 29 going to 30. So he's like, you're a little smaller. Yeah, they don't really seem concerned about it. So yeah, they just dropped her off. I mean, I've been home for probably like an hour or so, but I vomited again on the way home. I just can't ride the Ubers. I can't. It's so bad. But yeah, I vomited, so I had to like rest for a little bit. And then I was talking to Emiliano about my appointment for a while, and then I ate once I felt better. And then they dropped her off, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta do a video before I change, because then I'd rather do a video like this, looking like this, than in like sweatpants and an old t-shirt. Because I gotta start cleaning soon, because it's a little messy in here. Yeah, that's about it. Other than I'm smaller than usual. And then he checked my scar, because I asked, because someone had asked me, do they open the same scar or do they open a new one? I'm like, you know what? I don't know. So when he asked me if I had questions, I was like, yeah, I guess I have a vanity question. So apparently they do open the same scar. You want up or help? Up? She's not feeling well. You want to sit yourself? Okay. Okay, let me help you. Let me help you. Hold on. Want off? Okay, off. Okay. Oh, it's kind of funny. This one did something that she used to do in the womb. Is when today in the appointment when the assistant was trying to get her heartbeat, I guess she couldn't find it. Oh, she couldn't find it at first, so she just pushed in a little harder to find it. And as soon as she pushed in, baby girl just kicked right back out. She's like, leave me alone. Nope. Be careful, please. Don't kick it. But yeah, I thought that was really funny because she used to do that. I don't know what she did. She blurred my camera and I don't know how to fix it. So I'm gonna try to do it anyway. I'm gonna see if she goes to sleep and then I'll do a belly shot. Apparently I just had to turn it off and on again. Hey, you wanna do a belly shot? You wanna show your belly? Mama's gonna show her belly, you show your belly, yeah? Yeah? Does that sound like a plan? Chunky monk. Alright, so here's from, I don't feel any bigger or smaller. I feel about the same. I guess if I were to compare it to old pictures, I'd probably look a little bit smaller, or probably not by much. This is what is from the front. From the side. It's my belly. It's nice and hard, very, very hard. Probably like a little bit of, you can grab a little bit of skin down here. Which is good because it means it still has some room to stretch without getting too stretch marky before getting down. Okay, but yeah, I love this shirt though. It's new for this pregnancy. Very cute. It's not a maternity shirt. It's just a regular shirt that I found and I thrifted and I love. You want some sauce? Yes. You want sauce? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna open the sauce. Say bye. Bye. She's like, bye, just open my sauce, please. I am 32 and 5-ish days, something days. I don't know. I'll be 33 weeks soon. I just came back from another appointment. You're mimicking me. Yeah, still measuring small. From what I've been researching with VBAC, they say, yes, Mama. They say, oh, you should try to labor as long as possible at home. Try to avoid the least amount of intervention, like medical intervention. I wasn't sure how well that would apply to me. I feel like most of the stuff that's been being said and that I'm researching and looking around, what happened? But I wasn't sure how well that would apply to me because of the reasons of my C-section. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So then when I asked him if I should wait until, like, you know, was it the 411, or if I should wait and labor as much as possible at home, or if I should go in earlier for monitoring because of all the things that happened last time, and he didn't really have an answer, which I'm not surprised. I would have preferred a more straightforward answer to, like, calm my nerves, because the closer I'm getting, the more nervous I'm getting. I don't know what's gonna happen, right? This is the uncertainty of it all, that I just don't know what's gonna happen. A lot of people in the VBAC community and stuff. Hug? Okay, hold on. And they're just saying things like, you know, you want to go into it with a positive attitude and not think about having to go through another C-section. It's like, yeah, but that's not always the case with everybody. And I feel like the first time around, I wasn't emotionally or mentally prepared to go through a C-section. And I think that really made it difficult to heal.
Fish. A fish.
A fish, yes. But it took a long time for me to get over it. Emotionally and physically. It was
a crit.
A crit? What is that? What is that? What is a pig? If I knew exactly what was going to go in, and I knew for a fact that I wouldn't have any complications. Yeah. I wouldn't have any complications, and it'd be this perfect, ideal VBAC birth, right? I'd be excited, but I don't know. There's a lot of things that were rare, that aren't common, that happened during the first labor, that I'm kind of nervous about rare things happening in the second labor, like a uterine rupture. I guess I could, at 41 weeks, decide if I want to be induced. But he told me that he wouldn't recommend being induced again. VBAC community and videos and articles and stuff that I've read also say that the Pitocin increases the likelihood of a uterine rupture. So I don't want to be induced. I have 2 of them. Yep. So yeah, I was talking with Emmy about that, and I'm like, well, maybe I should, if I get to 41 weeks, maybe I should consider just doing the elective C-section to not have to go. Because like, what if I get induced again and everything happens the same way, and I go through like days of labor again just to go through another C-section? Hugo, ¿quieres jugo? There you go. Hugo, there you go. Yeah, that's what makes me nervous. The acid reflux has started, so she's starting to put her little feet up here, so she's a little further up. Oh, one thing that I had with Lucia that I don't think I ever recorded because I thought it was gross, but I'm getting again, is like I'm getting not only hot flashes but like night sweats. Every night I wake up in the middle of the night just sweaty and just hot, and I'm sleeping with the fan on and the AC's down. I can't. It's so hot. I'm so hot. No, Lucia. No, you need a nap. Because I'm already like, what, halfway through the 8th month. So I'm like a month and a half away. By this point with Lucia, I couldn't sleep. I had difficulty sleeping. I couldn't. I kept waking up in the middle of the night because I was hungry. Even like second trimester, I was waking up with her because I was hungry. And I'm not doing that with this one. I just sleep through the night. I sleep so good. Like, no problems. My naps are heaven. I have the best pregnancy naps. That's probably the only thing I'm gonna miss. I think where I said, oh, I might miss the little baby kicks too. But see, the baby kicks are cute at first. Right now, she's already starting to like dig into my ribs, and I'm like starting to fall asleep. And then she just does this weird karate kick, and it just wakes me up. So not gonna miss that. But she does move differently than Lucia. Lucia, I felt like she would go to this gymnastics class. She would just move around and turn and do all this stuff. But with her, she kind of like does more of like a yoga thing where she just stretches and then she holds it there, and it hurts. It hurts. I can feel her little foot through my skin, and she just holds it there and then slowly just will release. I mean, she still does like the twisting and turning, but it's not as aggressive as Lucia used to do it. Lucia was like at a rodeo, just like going crazy at it. She's a little bit more synchronized swimmer, yoga type of baby. I have Hippie Fest this weekend, which is very exciting. And then I have my baby shower the weekend after, which is very stressful because it's like 2 weekends in a row that's big. Hippie Fest and Mother's Day at the same time. And then the following weekend, baby shower, and then a few days later, my birthday. And yeah, so May's gonna be fun. One thing that she does that Lucia never did is she hits my cervix. And it's not like full on pressure where it's like a contraction or anything like that, but it's just like cervix, she just taps it either with her foot or she's moving, like she kind of uses like a trampoline and just, but I feel it, and that's not a nice feeling. I started doing that around 24 weeks. And as she's getting bigger, it's just happening more. Braxton Hicks, I got a lot of Braxton Hicks with her. A lot. With this one, not so much. I've gotten a few, mostly when I'm working out or I'm like, say like I'm walking long distance. It's not as much as with her, which is kind of worrying because then I'm afraid that I really won't go into active labor if my body itself isn't even practicing contractions and I'm already halfway through the 3rd trimester, you know what I mean? My pelvic bones, they're so stiff. Like if I'm sitting for like 20-30 minutes in one position and I get up, like I'm just like doing this weird like waddle, and it's not even because I'm big, it's just it hurts. And like I just gotta like stretch it and like move around a little bit, which sucks because I don't like it. I'm just now starting to eat chicken again. I had some pork the other day at a barbecue place, which wasn't too bad. I wasn't horribly grossed out, but I still can't have egg, which is weird. I guess it's not weird because I didn't have eggs with Lucia. I can eat eggs with Lucia either, but now she's allergic to egg. So, I mean, I've been eating these like chocolate covered marshmallow eggs, but I don't think that counts. So for sure the cellulite's coming back. With both pregnancies, got a lot of cellulite. I don't know what that's about. I've been working out. It doesn't matter. I think it's just kind of like one of those things that just happens. Kind of like weight gain happens, stretch marks happen. In my case, cellulites happen. It goes away afterwards. I think with Lucia, it took about 2 or 3 months for them to completely go away, but they're everywhere. Maybe I did mention this before. My face, my arms, just everywhere but my belly just gets so much slimmer. So I feel like, especially towards the end, she just starts to just suck all of the fat from my body and just takes it for herself and makes herself nice and chunky. She definitely did that. She came out, I'm convinced I gave birth to like a 1-month-old. She was such a chunky newborn. But the same thing, like I just feel like everything just kind of sinks in with both pregnancies so far. Like I feel like you can see that progression of like my face getting slimmer and slimmer. So, focus on me. So my camera died and I don't know where I left off. So I'm just gonna show you my belly. But yeah, definitely have lost my waist completely over here. But yeah, as far as stretch marks go, like you can see my hernia right there coming out. But yep, this is my belly. I think it's doing pretty good stretch marks wise. Is this TMI? I don't know. But yeah, stretch. I think she is a little bit smaller than Lucia was at 30. What am I? 32. I'm not comfortable wearing my pants all the way up here yet because I don't feel like my belly's big enough to need like support. And just suffocating because it's spring and it's warm. But yeah, that's about it. Oh, this baby loves sweets. Loves sweets. I did not crave sweets with Lucia. And the nice thing about that is that she's actually a big vegetable and fruit eater, which I ate a lot of fruits and vegetables while I was pregnant. But with this one, I just want the ice cream and the muffins and the Twinkies or anything chocolate covered would be nice. I mean, I just so much sweets. But yeah. Okay, so, oh, careful. So, I keep forgetting to make an update. I feel like I haven't done one in a while. Because I had an appointment a while ago. Yeah, an appointment a while ago. I was going to do it then on May 17th, the day right before my birthday. And I just kept forgetting to do one. So I went out for my birthday. What else happened? I had my baby shower, and then we went on a trip to Greensboro, like a day trip to like Greensboro, and I don't know, a lot has happened. Anyway, here's my belly. She's definitely bigger now. My acid reflux was awful. We're about to go out for a walk to get a little bit of exercise in. See if I can get her getting down a little bit more. Because I cannot breathe. Like I lay down and I just feels like I'm like really heavy on my chest. Like I can't breathe anymore. You want to brush your teeth? You want to brush your teeth? Good job. Yeah, you brush them. You brush your own teeth. Yeah, I've been nesting, getting everything together. I've set up her drawers and her diapers, and I've had to relocate her stuff elsewhere, and then I have her bottles set up. Oh, I have to set up her bassinet pack for the hospital. That's about it. I'm at 35 weeks, and I feel like I got a little time. I have been feeling like crampy. I'm gonna mention that on my next appointment. But yeah, kind of like period cramps. You know, one thing I experienced with her pregnancy, but not this one, is the round ligament pain. I have not felt that at all. What's this? Is that my knee? Rodilla?
Yeah.
Good job. Yeah, my little belly button's popping out. This, with her pregnancy, it didn't do that. And my belly's so hard. Like, I feel like her belly was a little squishier. This belly's really, really hard. So, I've got my ultrasound coming up on Tuesday. That's my next appointment. We'll see what happens. I'm still looking forward to the VBAC. See, what is that? What are you doing? What are you doing?
Makeup.
That's makeup, but is that Mama's makeup?
Makeup.
Can you put it away, please?
Yeah.
Girl, I can tell when she started growing though, when my belly started getting really big, because I started getting so itchy. Oh, my scar is so itchy. I had to incorporate oil, because I think I've mentioned that before, because I just the lotion was just not, I mean, it helped, but I'd have to reapply, and I feel like with the oil first and then that, and then the lotion, it feels better. Can you put that away, Mama? It's glass, okay? Put it away now. Thank you. We gotta go. You wanna go for a walk? Okay, but in order to go for a walk, we gotta put all this away, okay?
Right.
Yeah, we're putting it away. Very good. Thank you. I got a nice little round basketball belly going on. That's it. You say bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I am exhausted. Can you tell? I am so tired. 36 weeks. 36 weeks and 3 days? Yeah? Yeah. Today I had an ultrasound. 36 photos are not as nice as the last ones. Last time I went to one of the different offices. I feel like they had a much nicer, I don't know if they just had better equipment, I'm not sure. But yeah, these are just blurry and fuzzy and I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, everything seems fine and normal. I mean, I've been having some Braxton Hicks for a while, but last week, one that was really, really bad that just lasted for a really long time. And I was out at the store and I tried to sit, I tried to eat, I tried to drink water, I tried everything, and it just kept going. It lasted a really long time. And then at another point too, it felt like I was about to get my period and like menstrual cramps. So when I did the GBS test thing, she asked me, do you want me to check just in case while I'm here, because I didn't see my regular doctor. I saw somebody else. And I'm like, yeah, sure, since I'm here. I was kind of hoping that I kind of start the labor. I know it's early, but like, I don't know. Not that I hate being pregnant or anything. I just want her to come early so that she's small, so that I'm able to VBAC, because I don't want to have another C-section. But no, I'm not dilated. My cervix is still closed. So I even went into the storage outside and I already got all the stuff, like the big box is the bassinet. The other small boxes, I think that's like clothes or blankets, and then behind that, the baby bathtub and the bouncer, and I forgot what else. There's something else back there. But yeah, I'm just trying to get everything set up. One, I think yes, nesting definitely. I feel like I'm running out of time. Like I have to do it right now. Like everything has to get done within the next 30 seconds. And partly because I'm kind of hoping I go into labor early. I've set up her bottles. I have a little bit of formula. I'm trying not to be greedy just because I know there's a shortage. But it's kind of hard because she, I don't know how well I'm going to produce, how hungry she's going to be. If she was hungry like Lucia ate like crazy. I could not keep up with how hungry she was. It really paid off having as much, a small stockpile of formula. I already set up her clothes, washed it, put it away. Something that has happened with this pregnancy, but never happened with Lucia, is my belly button popped out. Getting an outie. Like, it's out. Here's my belly. And I think in the front, you can see the line is coming through in my skin. Yep, there's my belly. She's measuring a week smaller still, like she always has. And when they measured my fundus, she actually told me, I'm measuring 34 weeks instead of 36 weeks. She does seem to be smaller. Although I think that's considered on track because it's not that much smaller than, you know, her actual gestational age. So they told me she was 6 pounds, 3 ounces right now, and she's in the 56th percentile. At first I got a little happy because I'm like, oh, she's small. And then the ultrasound lady told me that they put on they can put up to half a pound every week that goes by. I don't know how to feel about that. I'm hoping that she's done growing. And I think that's why a part of me is like, I hope you just come now, because I don't want her to get bigger, because I feel like if she gets bigger, they're not going to let me be back. Not that I wouldn't or be upset with another C-section. I'm trying to be much more mentally and emotionally ready for a C-section, because I definitely was not expecting one the first time around, and I was not ready to deal with the healing process that all comes with. It was a lot. So I'm trying not to kind of block my head, but then at the same time, there's also the nervous, the anxiety of, will the same labor problems happen again? And if they don't, will I get new labor problems? Because now I have an increased risk of uterine rupture. And I think he also told me, I think it was last time, that I probably could get induced if I wanted to, but he doesn't think I should, because that also increases. Well, he said it's just really harsh on the uterus, and it wouldn't make labor easier if I tried to induce. But I read that it actually also increases your chances of a uterine rupture. And I know for a fact there's not anybody in my family who has had a C-section. So I'm like, oh, my chances are so low. Everything went wrong with that one. Staying realistic right now is more important than staying positive, just because realistically, all those things could happen again. There's a lot that I just want to mentally prepare myself for. I don't want to be unprepared. I don't want to have to be so disappointed that I don't enjoy, those first moments, because I'm just in shock, or I'm trying to process what had just happened. Because I remember that the last few hours right before I got the C-section was just such a blur. And then once I said I agreed to the C-section, from the moment he told me that he's like, you can't wait anymore, we need the C-section, it was just go, go, go. Everyone was already ready. I didn't think it was that big of a deal. I thought it was just, he's just trying to get it over with. He's just trying to have this baby before he has to go home, right? Everything that you hear. The conversation lasted like 3 minutes. As soon as the conversation was over, I'm like signing papers, and they're like moving my stuff around, and the anesthesiologist changing my bag, and everything's happening at the same time. And at the same time, they're discussing with my husband what he has to get put on, and I'll do all this stuff. And before I even noticed, he's out the door. Like, I didn't even realize when they took him out the door. And then they roll me down, and they put me in to the operating room onto the table, and they start testing me. And I have one nurse telling me what's going to happen with something, and then the anesthesiologist talking about what's going to happen during the surgery. And I'm like, I'm awake? I thought, because I don't know anybody. At least I did know people who had C-sections, but no one really talks about what goes on during the C-section. All I really had was like movies and TVs, and that's obviously not accurate, right? So like, they all look like they're either really drugged up or completely out, and I wasn't, and I found that very odd. Like 2 seconds later, Emiliano comes in, and he's sitting next to me, and then the doctor comes in, and I just remember shaking because I was so cold, and just people moving around the room. I didn't even know what they were doing, because I didn't have my glasses on or contacts in. And just everything was just such a blur. I didn't really process anything as it was happening. And it was just a lot because no one prepared me for that. You know, people want to talk to you about their natural births, but nobody talks to you about their C-section births. Maybe because they don't want to scare you. And they talk about it in birth class, sure. But, like, you just, I guess you just assume it's not going to happen to you. And then it does. And then what do you do? Then who do you go to? You have no one to talk to because no one really opens up about having C-section. Nobody wants to hear your complicated story. I'm getting nervous. And I know I can go up to 41 weeks, but she went up to 41 weeks and she was huge. She said I can get induced, but then she was induced and had all these complications that I'm sure partly were due to the induction in the Pitocin, which I've heard does not help as much as they think they do. They think it does. But then trying to have a home birth or in a birthing center is dangerous if they even accept that you want to do a VBAC. Because they'll probably be like, no, you need to go to hospital. I'm part of this forum, a C-sections mom forum. And I've recently, when I found out I was pregnant, I joined a VBAC moms forum. And a lot of women share their successful VBAC stories. Some women do have TOLACs, right? But they end up having to get a C-section again, which sucks. But they're not super negative. But a couple weeks ago, somebody shared their story that they got a uterine rupture. And it's supposed to be like 0.05% to like 0.8% chance of getting a uterine rupture. So although that was scary, the part that was terrifying was the fact that there was like 200 women, it was a little bit more, who also experienced a uterine rupture. You don't think 0.05 or 0.8% is a lot. That's like out of millions of women. That's still a lot. And it's scary. It's really scary. On the outside, the scar looks fine, but I have no idea what the scar looks like on the inside. I don't know how well it healed on the inside. And unfortunately, you won't know that until you get a uterine rupture. You can't look at it through ultrasound. Like, they can't look at it. And that's terrifying. Like, I'm nervous. Part of me just wants to schedule a C-section. Not because I want one, because I really don't want one, but because at least then I will know when it will happen, how it will happen, because I've already gone through it and I've seen the process, not on myself, but like, I watched videos of like live surgeries, and I'll know what to expect afterward. But that's hard because that doesn't guarantee that there aren't going to be any complications during the surgery. The benefit of that vaginal birth is that, yeah, you feel it at the time, but you heal faster and you bond quicker because you can do like skin to skin right away. And I couldn't do that with my daughter. They just brought her to the other side of the curtain. I got to see her for a few seconds. They took her away, did whatever they had to do, and then they gave her to Emiliano, and then he came to sit with the baby next to me. And my hands are like strapped down, so I can't even like reach out for her. I can't hold her. I didn't get to hold her until I went to post-op, and I was completely, sutured back up. That's the nice thing about vaginal birth. Like, the recovery is supposed to be better, it's supposed to be quicker, easier. That also doesn't guarantee that it's going to be necessarily better than a C-section. And I hate research, and I don't know why I'm doing this to myself. Like maybe I'm over-researching, right? I feel like I'm making myself more anxious than I need to. She moves a lot. Very different from Lucy. I think I said that before, too. She moves differently. Excited for her to come out to meet her. I'm excited to be able to go into labor naturally, and it's easier said than done to just think positively and to just not worry about that or not think about that. Not with everything else that's happened, and I understand, because trying to give me false expectations of what's to come is irresponsible, I think, on my doctor's part. I should know what the risks are, because it can be very risky. I wish that my past C-section would have been due to Lucia just being breached. It had nothing to do with me and my body and how it dealt with the birthing process. Because I feel like my doctor's supportive. He's not saying not to do it and not trying to talk me out of it. He's not trying to talk me into a surgery at all. He's very supportive. But he doesn't sound very optimistic. And again, I get it. giving me false expectations is not something that he should do. There's a possibility for the same risks happening again and new risks on top of that. I should know about them. I should, right? Going into it so I can make an informed decision. I get that. But I'm nervous. I feel like if I'm like lie to myself and say everything's gonna be great and everything's gonna turn out fine and have your mind made up that you're gonna have a VBAC and don't let anyone talk you out of it. It's like, but what if you do? What if there's an emergency? I'm not gonna be mentally prepared again. Like I'm gonna have a newborn and a toddler to take care of. I can't go in not being ready for that. And it's hard. That's hard. I don't know what to do, you know. So I've been having some pain and pressure and a lot of lower back, a lot of, you know, lower belly kind of just wraps around, and it's hard to tell. Even though it's my second time around, it's hard to tell if it's Braxton Hicks or if it's early labor. I don't know. I don't know. But hopefully something's happening, and hopefully I don't go past 39 weeks. I don't want to get induced, and I don't want to have a C-section again. So hopefully something's happening. I've definitely dropped. Here's my belly. You can see that she's like how this goes, like how this slants instead of it coming out like a little basketball. It just slants down. I've definitely dropped. I can definitely breathe better, and her kicks that used to be up here with her little butt is now down here. So I am big. I don't see any stretch marks. I'm trying to see if I can. I think these are the old ones from Lucia's birth. That's weird too, look. I don't know if I'm just swollen or... That's so funny. I don't know if it does that. Yeah, I don't know if those stretch marks are the same ones that are just kind of stretching again on top. Because, you know, when they get old, they get white. So I don't see white ones and red ones. I just see, like, a little bit of red ones. So I don't know if they're the same stretch marks, just stretching on top of each other. TMI, I've been pooping like crazy, like 3-4 times a day the past few days, which is a good sign. This morning is when I started getting the, like, from my back down to my lower belly. It really just feels like back pain and like menstrual cramps and feeling tightening on and off, just like randomly. That could be Braxton Hicks. She's been pressing onto my cervix more. I can feel her like headbutting my cervix. No, I don't think I've been dilating though, because I haven't felt that stretching. That's a specific feeling that I do remember. But I haven't really felt that. I don't want them to be like, well, just to be safe, we should induce, and just to be safe, we should do a C-section. And that's what I don't want, you know what I mean? I'm all ready. I'm packed. I have Lucia's bag packed. I have baby girl's bag packed. Cleaning last minute stuff, making sure it stays clean so that I don't have to come back to a mess. I'm just nervous. Like, the fact that I'm not going into labor naturally is what's making me nervous. It's been raining, so it's not like I can go out for a walk to, like, you know, get her moving downward. Tired of appointments. I have so many appointments coming up for when the baby's born, and I'm just done with appointments for myself. I don't want to go to any more appointments. I really don't. I feel so pointless. I go all the way over there to sit in a waiting room for like 20-30 minutes to see the doctor for 5, and I just, again, it's just pointless. So here's hoping I go into labor tonight, right? It reminds me of like when I was younger, we'd have hurricanes. I remember that one year, I forgot what year it was. I want to say it was like 2005 or 2006, where we had hurricanes like every week for like 4 or 5 weekends. And they never came in the middle of the week. They only came on the weekends, right? Because when you want something to come in the middle of the week, it doesn't come in the middle of the week. And when you want something to come in the weekends, it doesn't. I'm hoping, and like, right, just trying to get in the mindset to go into labor tonight or start labor, you know, at least start some like minor contracting, get her moving down. Because, you know, like last time I felt, even though I wasn't able to like deliver Lucia, I did feel her so far down that it felt like there was a bowling ball between my legs, but I don't feel that. It's just so different this time around, and I'm nervous about it not going the way I want it to go. And it's so silly, because nothing ever goes exactly the way you want it to go, especially birth And I know that, but it's just, I'm gonna go wake Lucia up. She's been asleep for a while. I don't like her sleeping too long because then she won't sleep at night. So, yeah. So I'm 35 weeks and 5 days, so almost 40 weeks. Nothing has happened. I had more cramping today. Started around 4:30 in the morning. I had an appointment on Tuesday, and then today I had an ultrasound. This is my 5th ultrasound, dude. 5th. I had my original, or like the first one, I guess, where they confirm. Then I had my 12-week at the maternal fetal medicine, and then I had the anatomy scan, and then I had the growth scan at 36 weeks, and now I had this one, which is another growth scan, which they test some other things, like they just check that she's, I guess, fine. And I don't remember doing this in my last pregnancy. I remember just having the 3 first, second, and third trimester ultrasounds. I don't remember having this many. I don't know if it's because I'm considered advanced maternal age that they're just being more cautious. But anyway, yeah, I still feel it now. It's very uncomfortable. My back's killing me. Belly's really tight. I'm really uncomfortable. Could just be regular aches and pains, but oh, it hurts. It's hard to tell because I remember last time I was contracting and I thought they were just Braxton Hicks. I thought they were just really strong Braxton Hicks. And they were just like happen every like few hours. Like it wasn't like a consistent thing, but they were contractions and I was contracting, I was dilating, and I didn't know. But it's been all day since 4:30 this morning. Sometimes I'm fine. Right now it's hurting. I'm gonna go bounce on my ball, see if that helps a little bit. Right around the last month I started getting like thicker here. My waist actually like goes outward. So here's that front view and side view. Oh, okay, there we go. That is my belly. Look at my belly. I used to think that it was my belly button that was off center, but then Emmy pointed out that it's actually my line that's off center. But yeah, look at her. She is measuring. Weight-wise, they told me like 7 pounds and something ounces. She's like the 69th percentile, but she's like lengthwise, she's measuring, like they measured like, you know, the femur and the head, and like they measured the body, and she's measuring 37 weeks, and I'm gonna be 40 weeks this weekend. Like in 2 days I'm gonna be 40 weeks, and she's still measuring like 37-ish weeks. So she seems to be smaller than Lucia. Hopefully she is. She'll be easier to pass, and I'll have an easier birth so I can VBAC. Because Lucia was always measured. She always measured right on time. With Lucia, that she's like, that's a big baby. That's a chubby baby. You're gonna have a big baby. Like they told me then. So it wasn't really a surprise. For measuring 37 weeks but being 7 pounds, she's probably a little chubby, but I'm so hungry. I'm just hungry all the time. It took me a while to like gain the weight. Didn't really gain weight until like 25, 26 weeks is when I started like more consistently gaining weight. And then that last month with both pregnancies, I just gained like 10 pounds in like a month. It'd be like that sometimes. On Tuesday, my doctor was like, have you decided what you want to do if you don't go into labor? And it just crushed me. It crushed me. I was so sad. I came home and I cried. Because I had to schedule, because I don't want to do an induction, right? Because the only really induction I can do that's safe and that doesn't increase my risk of like uterine rupture and all that stuff is the Foley balloon, but the Foley balloon only gets you so far. I think with Lucia it only got me to 5 centimeters and then it fell out. So it's still my decision if I want to do it, obviously, but it's really strong drugs and I don't think I want to risk. So I decided to just go straight for a C-section, and I scheduled it for 41 weeks. So by next, I think it was Friday or Saturday, I don't remember. If I don't deliver by then, I have a C-section scheduled. That's a tongue twister. C-section scheduled for then. I'm really hoping I don't need that appointment. I'm really hoping that what I'm feeling is not like gas or like muscle pain or muscle fatigue, and it's just I'm actually starting to contract. It's so annoying because like articles online, when you read up on things like how do you know you're going into labor, they give you the most obvious, like, oh, you're gonna be contracting and they're gonna be like 10 minutes apart. Well, like by that time, yeah, you're like, oh, you'll know when your water breaks. Well, by that time I gotta go to the hospital. I mean, what's the point of, they're so stupid. I hate them. I hate them. I hate those articles. Here's hoping my next update is in like a few hours and I'm actually laboring and I end up in the hospital tonight, because my mom's coming this weekend. I would love for her to be here to be able to help instead of just like, you know, waste a week of work just to watch me waddle around. The light's not the best. Let me take my gloves off. So yesterday was 40 weeks exactly. That night when I went to sleep, I had like little tiny little contractions that were coming in and out as waves. That's how I knew they were contractions, and I felt it in my cervix. I felt the pressure all around like a contraction. But then it stopped. I think I had them from like maybe 9 p.m. until like 1 a.m. And they kind of just wake me up because I'd feel them.
Oh no, it's you.
Yeah. And then I'd be like, yes, I'm having contractions. And then they went away. I was able to sleep for like a few hours before she woke me up to pee. The day passed. We were out with my mom around town. And then right now, right before I went in to shower, I lost my mucus plug. 40 weeks in one day. Lost my mucus plug. So we'll see. If I progress today, I know sometimes it doesn't mean anything, but I'm going to count it as a win because last time this didn't happen. Last time I didn't lose my mucus plug until 5 centimeters when the Foley balloon fell out. But yeah, that's exciting. We're moving along, right? You ready? Hey, you ready?
What?
Steady.
You're so welcome to this strange world. It can be a little overwhelming. Yes, I know. So cry your eyes out, tell the world I'm here now. Every day I'll hold those tiny feet and watch them grow. La, 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 la. So nice to meet you. We've been waiting for you. We can't wait to start this journey first. Let's take